still a lot of fun, and I think it's really great exercise. I don't think there is not one person that doesn't have aches or pains.
And what do you do about it?
Well, I guess you just get in there and the music starts and you get to dance.
Millie Stednica, at 65, is one of the original members. If you get breathless putting on your pantyhose, try following Poofy Harlan around. She's 70. What's some of the reaction when people see a 70-year-old woman do a backflip?
Well, they're almost as confused about it as I am. One of these days I'm going to get up and go for it and not make it, so I try to do one every day.
The calendar will do a lot for the pom-pom girls. It'll help pay for their expenses on the road and their costumes. But I think it's going to do a lot more for that woman who gets up in the morning and who looks in the mirror and says, honey, you have lost it. You are just too old and too tired to get through Monday, let alone the rest of the year. I think the calendar is going to show her she's got a lot of living left to do.
I'd like a song to keep on at that, the kind of hot love straight to jump on a track. All I can say is, why he look at where I am. Tonight I landed down in a pot of jam. What a setup, a recap. They've never been easier as my friends. Good Stephen
Oh, they're great, Irma. Thank you.
January 31st. Also ahead, the stars sing to save famine victims, the Super Bowl of dog sledding, and skating star Scott Hamilton turns pro on the CBS Morning News. With the news this morning. In our next hour, the sunset years made easy at Sun City. Also ahead, Olympic star Scott Hamilton turns pro. And Sun City celebrates 25 years as a retirement refuge on the CBS Morning News. Large areas of Florida are burning. Next, a West Coast report from Sun City, America's retirement capital. The time now, 13 minutes before the hour.
The poet Robert Browning wrote, "Grow old along with me, the best is yet to be." Growing old together is what Sun City, Arizona is all about. And it is the focus of this morning's West Coast report from Maria Schreiber. She's at KTSP in Phoenix. Good morning, Maria.
Good morning to you, Bill. Well, Sun City is the largest planned community for senior citizens in the country. This month they've been celebrating their 25th anniversary. It's a birthday party for a community, but it's also a celebration of life. Sun City may be 25 years old, but to live here, you have to be 50. Then some kind of birthday party. Cake and champagne for 7,000. A day to hear congratulations.
25 years ago, people scoffed at the idea of a community designed exclusively for senior citizens.
And now, 25 years later, their ranks have swelled from 2,000 to 46,000 in Sun City, another 12,000 in neighboring Sun City West.
I believe it was the promise of an opportunity, not only to retire, but to enjoy life like never before.
Spend some time in Sun City, and you'll see what they're talking about. The residents here are what one person described as the active old, and Sun City is designed to keep them that way. Every night is Saturday night, and every day is Sunday.
You feel younger because you're so active all year round.
In fact, one man said if you don't get involved in something here, it's your own fault. There are 11 golf courses. The 7 recreation centers hum with activity from early morning to night.
This is stress-free living at its best.
We've talked a bit about the stock market. We got into that one.
In fact, there are studies showing that Sun City residents live longer than the senior population at large because of their activity.
A bored person is the one that sits in front of TV set, smokes, eats potato chips, and does all the wrong things. No, live together. Do the things you want to do together. Even sex is lovely at age 59. I do.
What's the biggest misconception about living in a retired community?
I think other people do think that we're just here sitting around and really not doing anything much and just waiting for the Grim Reaper to come and get us.
Howard and Jeanette Clayhorse are the president and first lady of the Square Dancing Club. They moved here from Milwaukee 3 years ago.
I couldn't have afforded to retire and stay in Wisconsin with the high taxes.
Those who live here can afford to. Houses run from $60,000 to $200,000. Sun City is middle class and almost exclusively white. 95% of the men and women here are retired, but that doesn't mean they're not working. This may be the volunteerism capital of the country. Streets are patrolled by the sheriff's posse, all volunteers. The hospital has 350 patients and 1,900 volunteers.
I've never been sick a day in my life, so...
Oh, honey, don't brag too much now.
Ina and John Dote have lived here since Sun City opened. They're called pioneers.
What's it like to live in a community where people are getting older and they're dying?
Well, you would never think of that. You would think of what you want to do the next day.
I hate to see them in wheelchairs, but with John and I, we are quite busy.
What you can't help thinking in Sun City is that people may come here to live out their lives, but they can wind up starting life all over again.
There is another way to look at all of this. Senior citizens in places like Sun City are isolated from the rest of society. Whether that's good or bad, the phenomenon will continue to grow. As a nation, we're getting older. Today, there are some 27 million senior citizens, and by the year 2000, the number will be 34 million. At that time, all of these men and women could face the decision on how and where to spend the rest of their lives. Bill?
Well, it sure looks good. How representative is Sun City of the other retired communities around the country?
Well, Bill, they say about 1 million people live in retirement communities. Another 500,000 live in government-owned complexes. But very few of them have these kind of facilities right on the premises. And we also have to remember that for millions of the elderly poor, this kind of living is totally out of reach.
Sun City. Maria, thank you very much for West Coast Report this morning. We'll wrap things up in a moment.
From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon along with Tommy Newsom and the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Time Daly, opera star Judith Slager, and Scott Anderson and Robert Simpson with their Siamese Pickle.
What, only 354 shopping days for Christmas? It's going on the middle of January already out here. Did you get, remember the first of the year you would get normally? Some years ago, you get a calendar every year from the bank, usually an insurance company. Who else would send out calendars? Sometimes the local milkman or the local funeral home. Yeah. You get this very somber, you know, the Howard Funeral Home, which is you're supposed to hang that up, and you're supposed to have a line every year they'd have every month was the coffin of the month. Not a funny calendar.
Now they encompass all kinds of things.
Yeah, it's different. There's a big business in calendars. There used to be freebies, you know, they'd send you one for nothing. But now, you buy them. And everybody's putting out a calendar. You like to see some of the for real calendars around? It might be. Well, I'll plug it in because I don't know what the price is, but I imagine most of them are probably $5 and up, I would guess. There's the official 1985 country calendar published by the Country Music Foundation. Now, they may send these out, but I doubt it because it's done on Very slick paper with all the country western stars. You know.
Great photos.
Yeah, great photos of people. There's that one. Would you believe the MTV has a calendar out with all the MTV stars, probably Cyndi Lauper and all the people, you know, coming up to do that. I was looking for a price on these. Doesn't say. Some of them do have a price on them. Visions of Hawaii. Now, this probably, I imagine, the state sent out, wouldn't you guess? That's probably the Chamber of Commerce there. Beautiful pictures of the islands. This is the National Air and Space Museum, Smithsonian Institution. Now, apparently I said a few weeks ago on the show, I was referring to the Smithsonian Institution, and somehow said Smithsonian Institute.
A lot of people say that.
I got a lot of letters. But, you know, boy, you dumb.
Look who's on the back of that. I think the Blue Angels are on the back. Wait a minute. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I guess that's the Blue Angels. Yeah. Very pretty calendar. They may send that one out also. Here's one from the... you use this. Mokimono, Japanese Gardens.
Arigato.
What?
Arigato.
Amakase.
No. You say doemashadaste.
Doemashadaste, which means?
You're welcome.
Okay.
I said thank you, and you said you're welcome.
Well, then it's fine. You know what that means?
I did.
Follow me.
Okay. I have.
Very important when you're alone in the Orient.
For 27 years, I've been doing that.
What then it's fine?
Yeah.
That's true. Oh, you're a neat guy. Now, this is a new thing. Women's organizations have said, you know, that just women's calendars are very male chauvinistic, and they may be right. Now they have men calendars. Here are the doctors of UCLA.
Yeah.
Called Incurable Romantics. And look at some of these guys. I mean, these guys are animals.
And doctors.
Firefighters USA calendar.
Oh, nice.
Men of USC. Look at these guys. These are for real. Tom Selleck, Magnum PI calendar. Here's one here called Derriere, which is done by a female photographer.
Wow.
Very interesting shots of. But you think we're just saying all of these are for the young people? Here is Sun City, West Arizona. The Sun City calendar, posed by not so young ladies. Isn't that sweet? They know they got to be 60, 70 years old.